So we're going to talk about casino review. So first on the list, you guessed it, Sands Casino / Wind Creek. So what we're going to do is we're going to review it as old and new. So as you know, some of you know that there used to be Sands that was located in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And now Wind Creek Resort has taken it over. So there's a few differences. We're going to get into that free play wise, comp wise, anything else, food wise, but for the most part, not too different. Sands was, reputable in that town, and they decided to sell. They were trying to sell before MGM was trying to buy them, and, they, I guess, lowballed them, so they said no. So now, Wind Creek decided to give them I believe it was $1.3 billion that they wanted. So in saying that, the Sands, it was what it was. When it first came here, everybody was excited, new. You started winning a lot, as every new casino, you're like, oh, luck here, luck there. But we all know if you're a slot player, it's the luck of the draw with the button, and same for card players, craps players, or anything else like that. It's the luck of the draw. But, it changed in a couple of years. People were getting angry. They didn't think they were valued as much. There were two cards initially. There was a red card and a blue card. That was your red card, meaning that you were, you just here and there gamble. Blue card, meaning you're the high roller, highest of the high. It was very difficult trying to get that blue card. But, those of us who got it, they worked hard for it and everything like that. But it was kind of disappointing. The levels, because there were two, you would expect so much more from two, as most of us know. Places like MGM Grand in Las Vegas, or even at Atlantic City, you have more, at least 3, 4, 5. Some even have 6 or 7 tiers. With two, it was not only difficult to get the blue card, which was the preferred card, but it was almost like pulling teeth and spending money in it. And what you got for it wasn't really substantial to what the other places were giving, like Atlantic City, like I said, Vegas, even the surrounding casinos around the Pennsylvania area, were giving a little bit more than the Sands was. But, onto that, Sands had some reputable restaurants, big names like Emeril Lagasse and, Buddy V's. Those are still there. But things have changed. Everybody was really excited for Wind Creek to take over and not only change the payout amounts on the slot machines, but, everything else, different restaurants, a different feel. For the most part, it's the same. I mean, nothing's really changed. Maybe the carpets here and there in some of the parts of the buildings, but the restaurants are still there. Same restaurant, same layout. All that's really changed is the name and who own it. The card tiers have changed. There are 4 card tiers now. You're going to get yourself play card. That is, the lowest of the low there. So you'd get play. They have another one called the escape. That's second level up. Third level is delight, and fourth is fantasy. Now what you have to do in order to get these cards is, as we all know, play. The more you play, the more you get. So everybody was excited in the beginning because they thought, they were going to be getting what was, maybe the right amount for what they played, and they were expecting higher tiers, but a lot of disappointment happened. If you were a preferred card from the Sand, if you were a blue card, if you weren't playing still at that potential of what you were playing when you first got that card, you got dropped. Now you got dropped anyway. The card was good for a year, but you got dropped anyway, even if you didn't, if you didn't play as much as you did. So, but people were expecting to still be on this high basis of what they were. Well, needless to say, when the cards came out, a lot of people were disappointed. A lot of people were expecting to be that fantasy, which was the top level. Mind you, you have to get 250,000 points or more to qualify for that card. Being that said, each point is $5, 5 times 250. That's $1 million a year or so that you have to spend in order to get that card. So, those of you who can do it, awesome. You can't, you get dropped, unfortunately. So there was some disappointment in there. There's some anger towards it. The comments, alone on their Facebook pages. enough to shun you from actually viewing the page. But a lot of people weren't expecting what it was. They were expecting a lot more from this new company. Not that I'm saying, in my personal opinion, that the company isn't doing well. I think that the new free play is a lot better and easier to earn. It's a lot easier to earn points to get yourself to that level. Now, keep in mind, when I mean $1 million, anything and anybody will tell you that this is $1 million recycled. It's recycled in the machine, so win, lose, it's measuring all that. That's how you get your points. I'm not saying necessarily you have to spend $1 million, but you do have to play quite a bit to get to the top level. As everybody knows, that's how these cards work. Other than that, nothing else has really changed. The free play is easier to get. I find that they do have a program. They have an app you can download, which is pretty neat. They have fake slot games, some real slot games on there that you can get points to do. So the points, they don't work towards your card. However, you can trade those points in to get prizes, shirts, anything like that, and you could get free play and dinners and anything like that. So the more you play, even on there, you can do. The app also allows you to see your free play weekly, and they also don't have weekly free play like the Sands did have. Sands based it upon, so many points, whatever, yada, yada, yada. This one is actually a bit more reputable, and I think better, because you play today, you get free play tomorrow. A lot of places are like that nowadays, but I find that better because I think I'm getting more now, and I think a lot of people are getting more now, especially if you're a local, are getting more now than you were before, and it's a lot easier to tier up in essence. So I think it's actually a really good thing. I'm happy with the free play, how they do it. Comps, however, it's almost impossible to get comps. The comps take a lot longer to get if you're a slot player. I don't know as to tables. I don't play tables as much. I do, but I don't embark on it as much. So I'll have to find a table person to talk to about that. But comps are very hard to get now. Before Sands, their comps were actually, in my opinion, they were the best and the fastest and the easiest to get, as opposed to the free play. So, you got one, you got the other, you can't have them both, which kind of stinks, but, every place is different. The thing you can do with your comps, though, is now you could turn your comps into dollars, into slot dollars if you're a slot player, which is cool, because if you have like $300 that you don't go shopping or don't go eating as much, or you don't want to spend it on anywhere like that, you could just press the button and convert it into slot dollars and play it as free play, which I think is pretty cool. But like I said, pretty hard to get. That might be why, indication of why, more free play equals. So other than that, I think it's work in progress. It is fairly new. They bought it about a year ago, but their actual grand opening was October 12th, 2019. This year, it was really good. I was there. It was pretty cool. They gave away $2 million, $1 million on slots, $1 million on tables. If you qualified to play, of course, getting these points. Again, that's how most places are. You have to earn these points to get into these competitions or drawings or whatever. But for the most part, nothing, like I said, nothing has really changed other than a few things with free play and everything else like that. But there is talk that they want to build a water park in the back, so to make it more family friendly, which I think will be cool. But again, that's work in progress. It's going to take probably a couple years, maybe 3, maybe 4 or so. But all in all, Sands / Wind Creek, now is Wind Creek. I'd probably give it, out of 10 stars to go there, maybe a 7, 7.5, maybe an 8. Great place to party at, great place to meet friends, dancing. They have a lounge you can dance in, have drinks with your friends. There's music 7 days a week. You're always free to go there. The bars are pretty cool, open. There's 2 bars. There's 2 bars. That's great for, drinking, having a party, meeting up with friends, chilling, business events. They have that, whole thing in the back where you could go and business events, do that. But other than that, like I said, for everything that it's got going for it in a little town, 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10. hopefully work in progress, things will get a little bit better for them. People will be happier. But until that happens, like I said, I know a lot of people wanted the slot machines to be looser, but unfortunately, the Pennsylvania Gaming Board Commission, as any, state, regulates that. So until they, I don't know, talk to them or whatever, it's what they want. So unfortunately, but that's my review on the Sands property, slash Wind Creek. It is now called Wind Creek. I'm just gonna, but if you want to check it out, definitely swing on by. I'm gonna have a link to the website so you can check it out, down below. So click like, subscribe. I'm going to be doing these casino reviews not only for Pennsylvania, I'm going to do Jersey, all the ones I've been to in Vegas, just to catch you up to speed. You all have a fantastic day. I look forward to seeing you guys in the future.